Whoa. Cup of coffee in hand, up and down, all around. My goodness. Every month I move my money, mainly my pension, from Australia here to the Philippines bank account. I use Wise because it's actually cheaper than never use your ATM card. Unless if you're American, you can, I believe there's a company that you can get the rebate of all the charges. Banks are very reluctant to giving back the charges, but if you find one, that's great. But have you noticed when you do a currency check on your telephone? I do. I keep a tab on it every few days, maybe in the morning and evening. But the one thing I've noticed that it's as if currency traders are no longer working Saturday and Sunday. Really? Days off for currency traders? I don't think so. But they freeze the amount on Friday night on your currency conversion. Now, at the moment, the Australian dollar is sitting around 36.4 maximum, which is okay. But now, if you're going to get $2,000 sent over, which is quite normal for many of us on a pension, leaving maybe a little bit in the kitty, so to speak. Have you noticed by Friday it's dropped down to something like 34.2? Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money. On 2,000, that's pretty well nearly 4,000 pesos in cost. The difference between normal time and weekend time. Now, I'm afraid I'm not really of the feeling that I want to give away 4,000 pesos to some unknown banking organization. So my advice is always to look at the fluctuation. You can often see it on a daily rate, 5-daily rate, monthly rate, and you'll notice the graph going down and up and down. Now, before the weekend, it could have been sitting at maybe 36.4. And then Friday comes, right before the strike of midnight, boom, way down. And of course it will sit there as a straight line till Sunday midnight. Excuse me. And if you were to move money over, say, right now, Saturday morning, that's a very large amount of money to lose. But what I will tell you is that generally speaking, by 10 through till midday, Monday, we'll go back up again. That will spike. Because that's the traders making money up to that point. And then, of course, it'll level back down again a little bit. And by the end of the evening, it will sit somewhere here. And then the next morning, it will start to climb a little bit. It might reach what yesterday was. But if it's generally going like that, as long as you know what your peak is going to be, you know roughly when to pick the day or the time to move your money. Now, to me, I'm not a money lender. I have been a money lender, but I'm not a money speculator. But what I will tell you guys, use this. Don't rush out to money lenders in the street, money exchanges. For instance, if you arrive anywhere in the world and you get caught with the Forex companies at the airport, of course, they give you a lot less than if you went outside to a money lender. Why? Because they've got more expenses to have their stall there in the airport, and they're big business dealers, and they've got you by the. So my advice when you come to the Philippines is grab yourself, I don't know, say $500 American. You know, that's, what's that? $500, 5, 6 to 30, about 30,000 pesos. It's enough to see you through for a few days while you're settling into your hotel or resort. But by bringing it over in cash, clean notes, and when I mean clean notes, as new as possible, because they don't, money lenders hate curly corners, notes written on the note. They won't accept them. So if you have new dollar notes, $20, $100, $50 notes, then you're going to be able to get the best rate. Seems crazy, doesn't it? That a pound note or a dollar note has to be in mint condition. But you get to see that when you go to India. They deal in so many notes to make $1. They want the paper as pristine as possible. So always bring cash with you, a small amount of cash. It might be a couple of $100, it could be 500. And then take your time bringing your money over. Always don't be in a rush to bring your money over. Always plan these things accordingly, because being in a rush can cost you quite dearly if you're bringing a larger amount of money over, even if it's just transferring it to your new account. I use Wise, and there's no money to be made by me telling you that. All I will say is that it's a pretty simple system, WISE, for those that can't understand me without my teeth. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. And it's a simple fact that if I used my debit card and took it out at the ATM here in the Philippines, they charge me 250 pesos for the luxury of using their machine. Then, of course, there's the currency difference that they choose to give me. And, of course, my bank charges me an ATM charge. So if you were to bring all of your pension over using an ATM and your ATM card, I'm going to be relieved between $80 and $100 Australian every time I take my pension out. No good. I'm not going to give anybody that money. So what I do is I transfer it at the highest rate across to my Wise account, and then within 10 minutes it's in my BPI account here in the Philippines. Available to me to use on my ATM, and any ATM that's not BPI will charge me 18 to 22 pesos for a transaction. And most ATMs will give you 10,000 pesos at a time. Some will allow you 20. The ones that allow you 20 are usually your own bank outside on the street with your own card for that bank. But otherwise it will be 10,000 peso limit. And that's all I really can say about currency. But the thing is that the message I'm getting over is always make sure you have a handful of local money. Remember, you have the taxi to pay, tips to give, and if you don't have sufficient money on you, you can't use your credit card to pay Grab. You can't pay it to pay a taxi. So you end up paying through the nose to get it out of an ATM or going to one of the Forex kind of money lenders in the airport. So that's my traveling experience and also my banking experience here after 10 years. Took me a long time. Think of all the $80 to $100 I must have lost at the start. In the first maybe 2 years it took me to realize that I could use example Wise or I can't think of all the other ones. They escaped my mind. A lot of them advertise it. But you know who I mean. So have a lovely day. It's another lovely day here. And I hope that you all have a nice evening wherever you are in the US. And we'll speak again, no doubt, soon. Bye now.